We are on the Mountains to Sea trail, just doing, I think, a 5-mile section out and back today. Starting off with a bit of a climb, but I will say, so far, so good. I mean, there's some blowdown areas, obviously, but they've really done an amazing job of clearing out this trail. And that's probably why there are so many people hiking it. I've already passed, 7 other hikers. And I am 0.4 miles down this trail.
Hi, my name is Megan. Join me as we explore new places together, hike some trails, and enjoy this adventure outdoors.
Good morning from here in North Carolina. I'm currently up here dog sitting in an area that is sadly still very impacted by the damages of Hurricane Helene, even 4 months out. Doggo is currently down here having a bit of a snooze fest. So if you hear snoring in the background, I promise it is not me. Today, we are going to get out on the Mountains to Sea trail, stretch our legs just a bit, and enjoy the sunshine. A lot of the local trails here have been opening thanks to trail clubs and trail maintainers and just local people going out with chainsaws. There are still a lot of blowdowns, I have been told, so I will keep that in mind and just see how many miles that we can do. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to go to the local Ingalls, where they've actually set up a community distribution center that has been running now for months with volunteer support. And so especially on the weekends, they need people to come out for a couple hours and just help sort packages and get things to people. So it was really a blessing to be able to be a blessing to people in this community. I knew while I was here dog sitting, that was something that I wanted to be able to do. But today we are going to go and hit the trail. Here we go. Kind of my first big blowdown here. I mean, you can tell they've obviously been working on it, which I'm super grateful for. But just for reference, this is my knee. This is coming up almost to my waist. Let me safely get over this. This section is pretty muddy. I am so grateful for these trail maintainers. Internal debate if I should bring my puppy or not, because it's kind of cloudy and weather can change in the mountains fast. I brought it, and as of this moment, I'm regretting my decision. All right, let's keep hiking. It is such a beautiful day today. So if I do this full out and back that I'm planning to, it is 2 miles to get there and a little bit. It's like I think it's a road walk to the Ridge Parkway Overlook that I want to get to. Sorry if I'm distracted. I'm just navigating all these blowdowns. Just very crazy. Like I said, super grateful for trail maintainers. There's a ton of these just like little side trails that they've been, I'm guessing, moving trees and whatnot. So you do have to pay attention to where you're going. But the whole way there is, oh gosh, a little bit muddy. Okay. The whole way there is 1,000 feet of gain, and then the way back, you're pretty much just going downhill. So I kind of prefer hikes like that. You know, you're climbing up and then coming back down. So in Georgia, obviously I'm in North Carolina right now, but in Georgia, it has been like in the 20s and 30s for ridiculously long time. It is not normally that cold, like maybe a day or two. We've had snow twice. That never happens. But up here, it's like 48 today, Fahrenheit. It is hot to me, which is crazy. You know, I'd look at 48 and be like, that's so cold. I need all my layers. But I'm here in a fleece and a tank top, and I am still warm. Like, that does make me feel better about my choices for the AT. And obviously I've been thinking about the AT a lot. I start in just over a month, which is wild. Oh, hold on. I gotta get around this guy. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid ripping another pair of leggings because I ripped 2 pairs in Colorado last year. One coming down from a super crazy, slightly sketchy boulder scramble. And then the other one, just like stupidly at camp one morning, I sat down on a log and wasn't paying attention and caught it on a little like thorn bramble thing. It was pre-coffee, so I don't judge myself. But the first one coming down the rocks, it was on my butt, so I like had to get rid of those. And then the second one, it was on my leg, so I was like, I'll keep wearing them as like my farm leggings. They just kept ripping more each time I put them on. So I'm not trying to go through another pair. Like, these are gonna be hopefully my AT leggings that I start out with. I did order a new pair because I saw on Wildflower Adventures channel these like fleece line leggings that she also said are really good at like wicking water away, which will be super important on the AT. So went ahead and grabbed a pair of those. I'm waiting for them to come in from Arizona and I'll try those out. So might start the trail with those and a pair of shorts if I like how they feel. I was hoping to have them for this weekend to test them out while I'm up here in North Carolina, but alas, I do not. Otherwise, I kind of feel like I have my gear pretty dialed in. Oh, they've got like bear warnings, which makes sense. I mean, a lot of wildlife is displaced from its natural habitat, but we're crossing the Ridge Parkway right now, so let me show you that. This is the direction going towards Asheville. And this is the direction we're going. So the Mountains to Sea Trail, it's actually really neat. I think it's like 1,200 miles. It is not technically officially finished, I believe. There's still some sections that are road walks. So yeah, it's like complete. You can hike end to end, but you will be road walking bits of it. I've done quite a few sections, you know, even down in the Piedmont, but this section here around Asheville, it follows the Blue Ridge Parkway quite a bit. So if you're hiking it in the summer, you'll get some road noise for sure. But I hopped on the MST. If you watched my ultra video of the Art Love Trail, it crosses over a bit, kind of around Black Blossom. You can hear the chainsaws in the background. They're working on something down there. It's towards like northeast Asheville. So like in the direction of going to Burnsville, I believe. So probably clearing roads and whatnot. I'm currently dog sitting just between Swannanoa and Black Mountain, and they are definitely still clearing out some yards. It's super slick. and there's so much debris still on the river. So a lot of work still to be done in these surrounding areas. But I was listening to Rambino's report, update, whatever you want to call it, on the AT, and still that section around Iron Mountain Gap that is closed due to the Forest Service likely trying to see if they can harvest any of the trees, which completely understandable. That is part of what they were kind of designed to do. So that section's still kind of a question mark if there will be a reroute or what the official trail will look like. Okay, this way. But the other section is something that they actually just announced the reroute for. If you watched my video that is from Irwin to 19E, that section on the AT, then you know kind of right at the beginning, there's a bridge that crosses the Noli, and that bridge is wiped out. They don't foresee it being replaced or repaired anytime in the foreseeable future. They don't foresee there being any type of raft portage situation there either. So they have officially rerouted that as a road walk, which I believe is like 3.5 miles added. 3.5 miles is not far, but at this point I will likely make the choice to shuttle around it because that road is a bit sketchy, and unless they do something to where there's like a footpath beside the road, or that road becomes a single lane and one lane's for hikers and one lane's for cars, obviously I'm not saying that's going to happen. I feel, oh, this is sketchy. Oh, giant root ball. Okay. I feel a bit weird about walking on that road, to be honest, because it's very windy. It's a mountain road. There's a lot of work trucks and rafting vehicles and whatnot that use that road. So I just don't feel safe doing that. I'll talk about it a bit more probably when I actually get there, get closer, and see what the situation is like by then. But I don't know, as of now, you just kind of have to think about these things because there will be other unknowns that come up on trail. So I want to kind of mitigate my unknowns that I know about now. But as of now, I'm planning on probably shuttling around that. I'll just shuttle into town to get resupply anyway before I do that next section. But we'll see. Look at all that sap. Well, we made it just as the clouds are rolling in. Still beautiful though. Haw Creek Overlook. So we are at 2,720 feet above sea level. Oh, that's beautiful. It is beautiful, but if you see behind me, clouds are rolling in and there's some rain on the mountains. So I'm going to go the 2.3 miles back down to my car pretty quickly so that I can avoid getting wet. I did pack a rain jacket, but I would like to avoid getting stuck in a torrential downpour if I can. She is moving in fast over there. So instead of hopping right back on the trail here, I'm actually gonna do about half mile of a road walk to go to the point where the trail intersects with the Blue Ridge Parkway. And that is just so that I can hopefully beat this storm that's rolling in. That was not on the forecast, but that is how weather in the mountains is. It's quite literally downhill the whole way back, so that's nice. I've been curious what my pace is ever since I sprained my foot. Haven't really done any hiking in the mountains. All of it's been on flatter trails or down in Florida. So my pace currently is about 2.5 miles per hour on trail. This road walk is going to throw off my pace a little bit, but that's good to know that I can still maintain 2 miles an hour comfortably and not feel like I'm overexerting myself. One thing I have got to get better about is when I notice myself sweating, immediately taking off a layer. So I probably should have taken this fleece off as I was climbing up one of these mountains, but I didn't. Ooh, it's starting to rain. I don't know if you can hear it. Is that a snow flurry? Okay, I mean, maybe. Anywho, I guess my back sweat is no longer an issue because they wet one way or the other. But I just need to be more conscious about that when I am hiking the AT, especially in the colder months, because that bird is going crazy. Honey, it ain't spring yet. Wrong season. But yeah, I gotta be conscious about that in the colder months because sweat is kind of a mortal enemy when the temp drops, especially below freezing. Woo! Got a little over a mile to the car. And I'll definitely make it in time to go and check out the Folk Arts Center, so that's exciting. Do you hear the trees creaking? I remember the first time I heard trees creaking like that. I think I was in like an aspen or a birch grove, and it was so eerie. Like, I thought they were all about to fall on me. But anyway, I've got a poll for the audience, a little question. So typically, if I'm vlogging city life or whatnot, I will put music in my vlogs. And that's just to kind of drown out conversations around me or really loud city noises that even turning the volume down doesn't always fix. So that's why I do, I'm glad I have long legs. That's why I do music in those. However, when I'm out in nature, I'm either vlogging kind of by myself or around people who are very aware that I'm videoing. So I don't imagine that being a problem. I asked because a lot of you guys are new. Hello, welcome. Because I'm hiking the AT this year. And I'm curious to know, do you prefer videos with music, without music? And do you enjoy seeing mileage stats and all that at the end of the day? Now, I'm not probably going to get super fancy and do a whole GPS redo like I know Molly or Mojo. I followed her videos last year and she did that, which was really awesome, but I'm not going to get that fancy. I will post maybe like a picture of my chorus or something. I don't know. That's where I want to hear you guys' thoughts. Do you like seeing a screenshot of the map I did? Do you like seeing a screenshot of my stats? I don't know. And would love to hear from you guys. What do you prefer to see? if you're on a day hike, it doesn't hurt to pick up a little trash along the way. Leave the trail better than you found it. We're back. I've acquired 2 dog poop bags and this wrapper that will go in the trash can up here. We are finishing at 4.65 miles, an hour and 45 minutes. The Folk Art Center is actually really cool. Upstairs, they've got permanent installations, and then downstairs, they've got an area that sells art from local artists. I did find this really cool mug that I wanted to grab, but it was like $60, and I'm a nomad. I don't need to collect any mugs. So I ended up picking up a Christmas present for someone. Yes, I know it's January and I said Christmas present, but I start my Christmas present shopping at the beginning of the year and do it throughout the year, and it saves me a lot of stress and headache once the end of the year comes. I'm glad I got back when I did because it is raining now. So I think I'm gonna head over to Ingles and grab something for dinner and then some things that I need as I head to my next house sit tomorrow. So I am going to end the video here. Thank you so much for watching and following along for the hike today on the Mountains to Sea Trail. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to let me know if you prefer music or not in the vlogs, especially for the Appalachian Trail vlogs. And just as a reminder to send your love, your thoughts, your prayers, and your support to the mountain towns surrounding the Asheville area. They could definitely still use it, and there are some areas that are definitely open to tourism and could use the monetary support in that way. So just be mindful and respectful as you travel to and through these areas. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on our next adventure. Bye!